Hi viewers, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to show you how to install and configure the Hadoop 3.3. Before starting any installation procedure in Ubuntu, it is suggested to update it by using this command sudo apt update. Updation is completed. So now I am going to install OpenJDK 8. See, the Hadoop framework is written in Java and its services requires a compatible Java runtime environment and a Java development kit. By using this command, we can install OpenJDK 8. At the moment, Apache Hadoop 3.x fully supports Java 8. The OpenJDK 8 package in Ubuntu contains both the runtime environment and development kit. Once the installation process is complete, verify the current version. So by using java-version command. It takes a little bit of time to download and install. Let us take some pass. See, the successful installation is completed. Now check the version. See, the JDK version is 1.8 version and see runtime environment version also 1.8. And next install the OpenSSH server and client using the command. By using this command, install the OpenSSH server and client. The Secure Shell SSH protocol enables cryptographically protected remote system administration and file transfers over insecure networks. Using the multiple encryption methods, SSH secures the connection between a client and a server, safeguarding the user's commands, authentication, and outputs against unauthorized access and attacks. So the SSH protocol is now widely used in data centers and by almost every major enterprise running on any of the Linux variant. When it's come to the security measures, it is essential to combine them, apply them in layers, and not pick just one and rely on only that solution. After installation of see OpenSSH server and a client, next generate an SSH key pair and define the location is to be stored in. See, generate the keys by using this command. See, establishing an SSH secure connection is essential to log in and effectively manage a remote server. Encrypted keys are a set of access credentials used to establish a secure connections. And next, use the cat command to store the public keys as authorized keys in the SSH directory. Already the identifications have been saved in the id underscore RSA directory. So we are going to see next the keys also stored in the id RSA pub. See, by using the cat command, see, to store the public keys as authorized keys in the SSH directory. See, this is the command we used here. Then set the permissions for your user with the chmod for accessing these authorized keys. For that purpose, use this command. See the permissions granted, and now we completed the pre-installation steps for Hadoop. So now, so go to Apache official website, and get the required version from the official website. Now here the different versions 3.3, 2.10, 3.1.3, 3.2.1, 2.9.2. Now in this video I am going to install the latest version, that is 3.3. See, binary, my architecture is 64 architecture. So I want to download this setup. Now here we have different mirrors are there. See, you may take any one of the mirror. I am just copy this location, and here I use the wget command and paste the link. See, the download is begin. See, initially the downloaded file is in the tar file. It is a compressed file format. See, once the download is complete, extract the file to initiate the Hadoop installation. For that purpose, we have the command. See, the download is completed here. By using this command, we can extract the tar file. Sorry, see, our version is Hadoop 3.3. See, you can find see the two files, extracted file before extraction and after extraction. This is original file, tar file, after extraction. So this is the file here. See, the Hadoop binary files are located in this Hadoop-3.3.0 or 0. This is the file, and remove this tar file. So for unnecessary storage, just rm space Hadoop. Just now check whether it is removed or not. Yeah, it is completely removed from this system. See, Hadoop excels when deployed in a fully distributed mode on large clusters of network servers. However, if you are new to Hadoop and want to explore basic commands and test the applications, you can configure Hadoop on a single node. This setup is also called as pseudo distributed mode. In this video, I am going to show the how to install the pseudo distributed mode. So it allows each Hadoop daemon to run as a single Java process. A Hadoop environment is configured by editing a set of configuration files. There are some set of configuration files are there. See, you can get all those configuration files in this Hadoop. Let me show you the configuration files. cd Hadoop and cd bin. Now we have some configuration files inside the lib also. Sorry. See, we can find the configuration files in etc directory. We have a subfolder Hadoop. In this Hadoop, so we have the configuration files. So from these configuration files, we are going to configure the core site XML file, and next Hadoop environment.sh file, and next HDFS site XML file. So and map reduce site XML file. So these configuration files we are going to update. So let us see the configuration files updations. First, edit the .bashrc shell configuration file using a text editor. See, the text editor may be of your choice. So in this video I am using the nano text editor. See, by using the command, see, this is one of the configuration file. In this configuration file we store the Hadoop path. See, here the Hadoop home, see where it is located. See, if you go to this one here, ls, here we have Hadoop, cd Hadoop, here ls. Before bin, see we take the path. See, this is the actual path we need to store. See, in slash home IPC user, this is my home directory. So copy this one, paste here. See, in this Hadoop home, first remove this one and go and locate where it is installed. See, already we located. Just copy this one and paste here. In home directory IPC user, this is my Hadoop home directory. See, I install this Hadoop in the same directory, and MapReduce also in this directory. The Hadoop common home also same directory. HDFS home also same directory. See, Yan home also same directory. Hadoop common lib native directory. So under see this Hadoop main directory we have a subdirectory lib. Under lib we have some native libraries. If you want you can check here. See cd lib. Here if you type ls we can get the native directory. So that is the path we placed here. And next the first path is before bin we added. So and finally we add the bin also. So and this is the Java path. See, exit this one by simply saving. Now see, it is vital to apply the changes to the current running environment by using this command. See, by using this command we can just refresh the bashrc file. Yes, completed. Now here simply you can check Hadoop version. Sorry. Hadoop hyphen version. See, see before verifying the Hadoop version, we need to configure one more file. See, let us configure that file. That is the Hadoop environment hadoop-env.sh file. So it serves as a master file to configure the AN, HDFS, MapReduce, and Hadoop related project settings. So when setting up a single node cluster, you need to define which Java implementation is to be utilized. Use the previously created home path variable to access the Hadoop environment, Hadoop env hadoop-env.sh. See, use this command. Now here, so uncomment the Java home variable. Just remove the sign where the Java home. Yes, here Java home. Just uncomment it, or you can also remove here, and you can see add the environment variable. See, the environment variable is, this is the environment variable. The full path to the OpenJDK installation on your system. If you have installed the same version as presented in this first part of the video, so add this particular line. The path needs to match the location of the Java installation on your system. Now exit from this file. Okay, and next, if you need help to locate the correct Java path, so run the following command. See which Java C. See, under user bin the Java C is installed. And next, see, the resulting output provides the path to the Java binary directory. Use the provided path to find the OpenJDK directory with the following command. See, it will show you the exact path. So we will take this part and set up as a Java path. See, the section of this path just before the bin/bin javac directory need to be assigned to the Java home variable. Okay, see, just now check the Hadoop version now. Now, so the Hadoop version is 3.3. See, the successfully it is installed. So now we are going to configure the other configuration files also. See, one of the other configuration file is the core site XML file. See, open the core site XML file. See, this core site XML file defines the HDFS and Hadoop core components. Add the configurations here. These are the properties. Add the following configuration to override the default values for the temporary directory, and add your HDFS URL to replace the default local files. See, here the temporary directory, so which is located in home IPC temp data. It is not there. We have to create this temp data. Okay. See, don't forget to create this one. To set up the Hadoop in a pseudo distributed mode, you need to specify the URL for your name node and the temporary directory. See, the temporary directory, see, for the map and reduce process. So don't forget to create a Linux directory in the location you specified for your temporary directory. I specified home IPC user temp data. Let us create this temp data directory here. I am at home IPC. Here home IPC create the temp data here by using mkdir command, mkdir tmp data. So the directory is created. And next, this example uses values specific to the local system. You should use values that matches your system requirements. The data needs to be consistent throughout the configuration process. Keep in mind. So now exit from this one. And next, so another configuration. Let us go for another configuration, that is configuration file hdfs site xml. Here also you can go for configuration. See, the properties in this hdfs site xml file governs the location for storing node metadata, fs image file and edit log files. Configure the file by defining the name node and the data node storage directories. And additionally, the default DFS replication value is 3. See, 3 for the fully distributed environment. But here we are using the single node so environment. So that's why, see, I wrongly, 1 second. Yes, remove this extra configuration tag and at the end also closing tag. See, the default replication factor is say 3 for fully distributed. For single node cluster, so we can use only one replication factor. And see, we need to create these directories also. In home IPC DFS data, under DFS data we need to create name node directory and data node directory. See, go and create mkdir dfs data one directory. Under this create one name node, another one is data node. We created the specified directories also. Okay. And next, see, if necessary to create the specific directories, you define for the dfs dot data directory values. Okay. And next, come out of this configuration file. And next, go for the another configuration file. See, hdfs is over, and next one is the map reduce site xml file. See, in this map reduce site xml file, use the following configuration values. Just copy this one. See, so the default map reduce framework name value is to an. So that's it. Next, exit from this configuration file. And next, after yan, sorry, map reduce, and next one more configuration file, that is an site xml. Here, so remove this comment tag and place these values. See, the yan site XML file is used to define settings relevant to the yan. It contains the configuration for the node manager, resource manager, and containers and application masters. See, after adding these configuration values, next come out of this configuration. Don't worry, I will give this these configuration files in the description. Okay, and next, see, these configuration files need to be configured with the given values. See, the configuration is completed. Now it is important to format the name node before starting Hadoop services for the first time. So by using the HDFS command, we need to format this one. The shutdown notification significance the end of the name node format process is complete. And next, start the Hadoop cluster by using start -dfs.sh. See, the name node is started and data node is started, and secondary name node also started. And next, see, start the yarn.sh. So it will start the resource manager and node manager. See, once the name node, data node and secondary name node are up and running, start the yarn resource and node managers. See, as with the previous command, the output informs you that the processes are starting. Type the simple command JPS so to check all the daemons, Java processes. See, data node, name node, secondary name node, node manager, resource manager. See, we have 5 daemons. See, the name node, resource manager, secondary name node, these are the master daemons. Data node and node manager, these are the slave daemons. Now successfully we completed the installation process. Here, if everything is working as intended, the resulting list of running Java process contains all the HDFS and daemons. If you want to access Hadoop user interface from the browser, so use preferred browser and navigate to your local host URL or IP. The default port number is 9870. Gives you access to the Hadoop name node UI. So just type this in your browser. See, there is some issues with see, the tabs are crashed. Wait a minute. See, for accessing the Hadoop user interfaces in the browser, you can type this http colon localhost, or you can specify the IP address colon 9870. See, then you can get the complete information. The name node user interface provides a comprehensive overview of the entire cluster, and the default port is 9864 is used to access the individual data nodes directly from the browser. That is also possible by using the 9864 port number. This is for individual data node. See, a data node in the sense at Hadoop multi-node cluster, multiple nodes are treated as the multiple data nodes. Here currently we have only one data node. See, it is a single node cluster. In the multi-node cluster, it will show all the data nodes. More than one data node, that is multi-node environment, multi-node setup. And next, an resource manager is also accessible by using the port number 8088. See, copy this one and paste here. The work manager, it will show the an. The resource manager is an invaluable tool that allows you to monitor all the running process in your Hadoop cluster. You have successfully installed Hadoop on Ubuntu and deployed it in a pseudo distributed mode. A single node Hadoop deployment is an excellent starting point to explore basic HDFS commands and acquire the experiences you need to design a fully distributed Hadoop cluster. And you can also run the MapReduce programs. Here in this video I just shown how to install and how to set up the pseudo distributed mode Hadoop cluster. In my next coming video, immediate video, I will show you the HDFS commands. So thank you for watching.